The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
It's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're going to talk about Detroit female rapper Siditty tragically lost her life in Atlanta. Let's jump straight into it.
A southeast Atlanta neighborhood overnight, now calling this a homicide investigation.
Atlanta News First, Sarah Hammond is live with the First Alert breaking news tracker near Springside Place. Sarah, you just moments ago got new information from police.
Yeah, we did. We just heard from Lieutenant Christopher Butler, who tells us that when police responded just before 1:30 this morning, they found a 36-year-old woman shot multiple times, driver's seat of her car. So all morning that we have been here, we have seen detectives processing that car, taking photos, trying to piece together exactly what happened here. They say she was alone in that car. This is again on Springside Place in southeast Atlanta off of Cleveland Avenue. Lieutenant Butler says it's still early in the investigation, but it appears that someone shot into the car multiple times and they are considering this a homicide. He says they don't know yet if the woman lives in this neighborhood, so they're looking for any information that can help in this case. Still processing the scene, taking photos of the car. They are looking for any cameras that are nearby that might have captured what exactly happened here just a few hours ago. He says they're also trying to talk to neighbors to figure out exactly who this woman is, if she lives in this neighborhood. That it's obviously still early here this morning, so he says that will go on through the morning. We will of course keep you updated as
she was targeted because she was pregnant and that there's more than one person involved.
If you instigate something that causes then you need some kind, you need something. I think you need to go to jail too.
My condolences go out to her family. Also, she was pregnant at the time, so my condolences go out to the baby and anybody that's suffering from her loss. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Man, who y'all trying to fool, man? So you telling me she grew up in the city of Detroit, been around the streets her whole life? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no goofy, ain't no lame. Know what comes with being around the streets. And you telling me that she's sitting in a parked vehicle by Cleveland Ave, the same area that Thug, Pee Wee Longway, all of them is from? So you telling me she gonna be pretty much sitting pretty much in the hood in a car, a female? Come on, man. Come on, man. Make that make sense, man. She either was waiting on somebody or somebody was in that vehicle with her. She grew up in Detroit. I do not see her just sitting in no parked car in the middle of a rough neighborhood, just sitting there. Like, come on now. She wasn't green now. That like we got to make it make sense. But I can guarantee you her mom is going to get to the bottom of it, because with the persistency that I seen on that clip, I'm trying to tell you, man, she going to get to the bottom of it, man. But like I say, man, my condolences to her moms and family and anybody that's suffering from her loss, man. Like I say, she touched a lot of people, man. She touched a lot of souls. She was a good woman. From Detroit to Atlanta, she touched a lot of souls. From what I know of her is being in Detroit, hanging out with Team Eastside. If I'm not mistaken, she used to dance on the East Side at a club and something like that, if I'm not mistaken. The one thing I always knew about this girl, you ever seen a girl that if you ain't got your money right, or you ain't got a bankroll, or you ain't got no real emotion, don't even say nothing to her? You know what I'm saying? So like, she was like one of them type of ones. Like, she almost was like a cash doll to Detroit. Like, for real. Like, she was getting her money. She was rapping. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just no average person gonna be talking and messing with her. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your money right. The only thing that don't sit right about me with this situation is two things. I would say this, man, and this is just my personal opinion, man. If you get hit up in that type of fashion, somebody was real upset with you. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I'd never known this girl to be no backdoor chick, no grimy chick, No, none of that. Like, she was about her money. You know, she owned businesses. I don't know if she still was dancing or none of that, but I know, man, like, she really had it going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even like sit here and say that like it could have been an instance where she was in the streets doing something she ain't had no business doing. My personal opinion, man, I feel like somebody she was talking to was somebody like that, you know what I'm saying, got in their feelings. That's just my personal opinion. But you know, I can't get to putting stories out there like that. But that's just me off of, you know, knowing of her, you know what I'm saying, and just knowing the type of woman that she was. You know, I just don't see her being no grimy, set up backdoor type chick. You know what I'm saying? It could be a case of mistaken identity. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't see this girl really being involved too heavily with the street. Now, I could definitely see her talking to some street dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, if your money wasn't right, you wouldn't talking to her. You weren't working at no Popeye's chicken or no McDonald's talking to her. Telling you, man, you had to have that bag, man. And the only thing that I always want to warn ladies is about this. A lot of ladies out here, man, you know, they not going for the average dude. A lot of these women saying they want a dude that's making 6 figures a month and all of that. You know, when you get to messing with dudes like that, man, you know, you get to telling dudes no or things don't go their way, man, you know, it's a lot of dudes out here, man, that they ain't letting no females go. I'll just put it to you like this, man. So you got to always be careful, man, on who you talking to, who you dating, anything, man, you know, because I just feel like that this has something to do with somebody she was either talking to or something, because it's like, if it's not a case of mistaken identity, that person would have had to know where she was at. That person would have had to know what car she was in. So it's like, when you put all that together, it would have had to been somebody that knew her. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I'm going to say is this. Her mother, from watching the news clipping, her mother looks consistent, and she seemed like she going to get to the bottom of it. It's some mothers that are going about their life and they'll just let the police or whatever handle it. And then you got some mothers that'll call that detective, keep calling that police station. You got some mothers that'll come on down to the police and say, what's going on with my daughter's case? Because a lot of times, I'm a firm believer on, if you stay on people about situations like that, you got a greater chance of getting it solved. But you think about a city like Atlanta, to where it's crime happening every day, you know, sometimes stuff can get lost in the sauce. But like I say, man, she meant a lot to Detroit, especially the Team Eastside dudes, you know, Peezy, Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I always thought that she was part of Team Eastside. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen her in music videos and all of that. But like I say, man, condolences go out to her family, friends, loved ones, anybody that's suffering from her loss, man. You know, she was a sweet woman from the stuff that I heard about her, and just, you know, the few times that I done been around people that have been around her, you know, she always been about her money. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't rocking out and doing no grimy backdoor street stuff. No, none of that. Shorty was getting her bag, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's say these kids, it ain't never too late. We tore down these communities. Let's build them back up. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for tapping in with me.
The D, man. Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media. You feel me?